We're going to get started. Yeah, so as you're coming on, feel free to unmute yourself, introduce yourself, tell me your name and where you're calling in from. We can welcome
David Curtis Fallon from Naples, Florida.
Stuart Crow from London.
from London. Awesome. What was your name?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Stuart Crow from London.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome on. Welcome to the call. Who else we got today?
Thanks.
Mike Mosbach from North Carolina, Raleigh.
Okay. Awesome. You got somebody from North Carolina.
Hey, David, this is Curtis Fillers. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Carolina. Welcome on.
Ravi Lakshman from New York.
Ravi from New York. What did you say?
Is the Charlotte guy, the guy that was supposed to go to that Charlotte Chamber of Commerce meeting?
I don't remember. Yeah, maybe. You know. Welcome on. Feel free to introduce yourself if you're coming on.
This is Tom Bice from Hammond, Louisiana.
Tom Bice.
Cajun country.
You're from there?
Louisiana.
Yes.
Baton Rouge.
My brother was there like 2 years.
Baton Rouge.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like a missionary. My brother Aki.
Went to LSU.
Really?
Oh yeah, we're close to Baton Rouge and New Orleans.
Yeah.
Love it.
Where you're up.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're already going in here for 5 minutes. So let me just mute everybody out. And this is actually gonna be pretty simple training here. Oh. Right. All right. So, first of all, I just want to give everybody here some team updates that I think that are important. And then I'm gonna teach you something that is it's actually very easy to do. It's kind of like a plotter strategy. You have to just go out and do it, but it's very simple. It works every time. And actually, the first time I did this major breakthrough for me, and we have a lot better model of doing this than what I was doing at the time. So, if anybody here is not really familiar with me, or this is the first time you met me, and my name is Dave Wood, and I was the #1 producer in 4 different direct sales companies before founding my own. And then I built the company from the ground up. We ended up doing over $200 million in sales to the internet. And I am a team builder recruiter is kind of my specialty. So, when I decided to align forces with these guys down at ERC nationwide, when I first saw this, when I first saw what this was doing, like, I really couldn't believe it. I thought it was too good feature because I'm so used to normal selling, right? Where you call somebody up, and you do some marketing, and you get something on the phone, and you sell something that costs $5,000 or $10,000, and you actually do have to sell. You have to convince them. You have to overcome the tons of objections and things like this. And so when I found out that we could literally fill out an application, somebody says I sound like an echo in now. Hold on a second. Does it sound like that to everybody? I can switch the mic. Give me a second. No, it sounds fine. Other people say I sound fine, so I'm gonna keep talking. Maybe your own. Right, Doctor. Wait, hold on. Let me just feedback. Reverb. There's reverb. Okay, let me just look here. Maybe I have a reverb setting on the microphone. Oh, there's an echo setting on the microphone. Let me turn that to. What about now? How's that? That better? Is that better? Much better or a little bit better? I can turn the echo down. Okay, yeah, I'll leave it there. It's in like the middle setting. So, all right. Now we know we have a reverb setting on the microphone. So in any case, yeah. So when I saw this and I found out, like all we have to do is, get a business owner to fill out an application, and then the company is going to take over all the complex process on the back end. I mean, I about fell out of my chair because I was like, that. And how much are you going to pay us for doing that? And then when they mentioned the amount that they're going to pay us, and the amount of potential business they're in, I just knew that I had to put a team together and start doing something to build a system. And so, I posted a test message on Facebook. And so I posted that test message on September 16th, had hundreds of people respond to it. And then so far we've had about 400 people that have joined the team, right? So we've had about 400 people in. This is an entirely pre-launch phase. And we've got a good handful of people who are on the webinar now. And I believe this is going to get very massive. And people are just starting to get deals. And so as an update, we have about 400 people. People are starting to submit deals. We've got some really good deals that have come through so far. We'll recognize some people a little bit later on. For example, somebody the other day submitted a business that had about 100 employees. So that's a potential deal that could be $1 million ERC credit and somebody earning $40,000 commission, right? So we're still working with details on that. We had another deal submitted the other day with about 40 employees. I actually talked to a team member the other day. I've been calling through and connecting with you, who's in Guam. And Guam's a U.S. territory, which I didn't even know that, right? I only know what Guam is because my dad, we were sitting around, with my dad when I was a kid, and he tricked us all one family, evening and told us we're moving to Guam. And, it was the middle of the ocean somewhere. So I didn't even know it was U.S. territory. So apparently they can get the ERC credit out there because it's U.S. territory along with Puerto Rico. And so he was hitting up the local businesses and was going to meet with a business that, had 20 employees that he knows in the area. And I've talked to some really excited people. And what I've noticed is that the people that are getting deals very quickly after joining, they're people that have experience in sales, right? And I have a big network of people that have a lot of experience in recruiting, right? So these kind of things go together because if you have a lot of experience in recruiting, it's very easy to recruit salespeople, right? They're actually some of the easiest people to recruit, actually, because salespeople love to buy stuff and they love to be sold. But I noticed that. So people who have some sort of background or experience in sales, what they do is they just get in, and they get in their car and they start driving down to businesses and talking to owners, right? Or they get in and then within an hour, they're on the phone and they're calling up local businesses and telling them about it. They don't really need to be trained a ton. They don't really feel like they need to know all the information. They just immediately, they start getting into action and they start working. And that's one thing actually I would encourage all of you to adopt as a mindset if you're, listening to this webinar is rather than taking tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of time to prepare, just go out in the marketplace, and if you mess some stuff up, it's okay, right? It's easier to steer a moving ship. I don't know if you ever heard this metaphor, but it's a really good one, is that if you have a ship at sea, right? You cannot steer a ship that's not moving. Actually, the ship has to be moving in order to give it direction, right? You could take the wheel of a ship. If the ship is anchored to the ocean floor, you can take the wheel and you can turn it every which way you want, but the ship won't do anything. In order to be able to turn a ship, right, it needs to be moving forward first. And so what I encourage everybody here to do who is not go in, and Jeffrey brings up legitimate things, that some of us have jobs and can't do this 40 hours a week. It's fine, Jeffrey, because you can recruit other people who can do it 40 hours a week, and you can recruit other people who are also part-time, right? So it's a very simple strategy we're going to go over tonight. What we're going to do is on Sunday nights, we're going to focus on strategies that are dealing with getting businesses on the ERC credit, okay? Which is what we did this last week. I mean, I think Alan did one of the most stellar trainings that we've heard in quite a while. And he probably could have gone on another 2 hours, but we've saved some of that other 2 hours for maybe this next Sunday, right? But it was fantastic information. I hope 100% of you watch that replay and are planning on being on every single team training, right? Tonight, we're going to be a little bit shorter, right? And I would like to actually do this strategy live with you, right? And I would like for you to do it with me because you got to get in action mode because, another way of saying it is a dog doesn't bark at a parked car, right? You got to get in the car and drive and create some action to make things happen, right? And so I would like it if you do it with me. And I'm just going to show you this process. And basically, the process is we're going to post job ads, right, for salespeople in different markets, right? And then call them and interview them and sign them up, right? It's a very, 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 very easy process because people are coming to you and it's legitimate, right? Usually, a person that have experience in sales, people that have experience in commission sales, they're used to certain things that other people aren't used to. For example, they're used to starting a relationship and having that relationship need to build a little bit in order to get to a point where a deal can be made. They're used to making a sale and waiting to get a commission for a period of time because that's what they're used to. They're used to living on 1099 paychecks, and they're used to doing things like contacting people in high volume, and they're willing to do it for a lot less money than what they're going to earn with the ERC nationwide team, right? But they're all the stuff that a lot of times other people have to learn. Somebody who's been in sales for 10 years, right? They already know how to do all these things and have no issue with it whatsoever, right? I was talking to one of our members the other day, and he says, Dave, can you help me get over my fear of talking to business people? And I was like, well, yes, the best way to do that is just to go talk to business people. They're actually some of the easiest people to talk to in the world, right? Another way of doing it is to use your skill to bring in other people who have no problem talking to business people, right? So let me give you some very quick philosophy with recruiting like this. Number one, it's somewhat of a numbers game, right? If you interview something like 5 to 10 people, you're probably going to sign up at least one of those people. One of the reasons is because the ERC nationwide is such an attractive program and it can work with whatever somebody's doing right now. So for example, a realtor who is a realtor and they're realtor full time, they don't need to quit being a realtor in order to make a bunch of money from the ERC program, because they're going from house to house to appointment selling houses. And when they're going from one house to another house, they drive by 3 businesses, and a realtor has no problem walking right in and introducing themselves and getting them the ERC credit at the same time, passing out their business card as a realtor, right? For them, this is a good strategy. An insurance agent doesn't need to quit being an insurance agent in order to also make some money by promoting ERC nationwide. They can just add it as an income stream. It fits very, very well in their market because a lot of their clients, they already are business owners that have W-2 employees. So they can just go call their clients and they could also bring those people in, right? And there's other people that will see this, they have money saved and they're like, you know what? I can just work for the next 6 months for the giant paychecks and I'll live off my savings for now and it's fine. I want to go make $200,000 in the next 6 months and I can't do that in my other job. And they might overshoot it because they're a professional salesperson and they might end up making $500,000 or $1 million in the next 6 months because they're used to doing 50 phone calls a day or 100 phone calls a day and then following up with people and following through and getting past gatekeepers and all this stuff. So again, part of the strategy is the philosophy that we can go find people that already know how to do what we're doing very easily. And they're all looking for higher paid jobs all the time, right? So I'm going to give you, we're going to give you 2 different websites you can do this on, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write an ad with everybody here so you can see how this works. And I'll end up posting the ad on one of these websites. So hold on, let me just get the sites up. So let me just pull this up. Okay, so this is one, very easy to set up, all these accounts. So let me give you 2 different websites. One of them actually I just got introduced to, so I've actually never used this website. I want to be totally fair. So if you know, if you're watching this and you're like, I don't know if I could do something like this, I've never used these websites. Actually, this is the first time that I've ever been to this website, right? It's indeed.com. And Alan gave me this because this is like you said this is the most popular job site in the world right now?
In the US.
Yeah, so in the USA, this is the most popular job site, right? So, you know, I just put my company name as ERC Nationwide, right? Companies, industry, managing and consulting, because if you look on, for example, the contract that we have business owners sign, it's a consulting fee that they're paying, right? Company sub industry, I put business coaching. I put my job title as a sales manager, right? And job category, sales strategy development manager, sales and retail customer support, right? If you just go to indeed.com, let me post the link in the chat. You can set up an account here for free. Hold on a second here. Right? Hold on. All right, I posted that. So, and then what option best describes this job's location? You want to choose remote, right? Which a lot of people are attracted to because people want remote jobs today a lot more than they've ever wanted remote jobs, right? And then start with your job description, right? So a job ad is very simple. Very simple to write. Now I don't know actually. Since I've never even used this website, I don't know if this job description is just the headline, or is this my job description? Describe the responsibilities of this job, required work experience, skills, rotation. I'm going to write an ad, and then I'm going to figure out a little bit later on if I'm using the site wrong and I need to repost the ad in a different location and then do something shorter. But I'm just going to write a very attractive job ad for ERC Nationwide to show you how easy this is. Now, you don't need to use my exact language, right, to write an ad like this. Job ads are incredibly easy to write. What you want to do is you want to describe what you're looking for in a person, talk about how much money they can make, right? And that you only want people that are like the top players, right? So I'll show you what I mean, right? So we're currently expanding our business consulting services with high-level salespeople who want to earn 6 and 7 figures in 6 and 7 figures per year, right? This is not like anything you've ever been involved with before. Your responsibility will be to meet with business owners, get them to fill out an application, and the average commission, hold on a second, and the company will take over the back end follow-up process with the customers you bring. The average commission our salespeople earn per business. See, there we go, right? Now I figure out that this is a short job description. So now I need to close this. So I've never used this site before, excuse me. All right. I've done this strategy before, but I've done this on Craigslist. So, all right. How many people do you want to hire for this opening? Right. And I'm going to put something like 10 plus, right? You might actually want to put like, no, I'm going to put 5. The reason I'm going to put 5 is because if I put 5, right, the schedule for this job is Monday through Friday, 8-hour shift. Hold on a second here. Full-time, part-time, right? 5 people. How quickly do you want to hire? Right, I want to hire people and I'm going to put 1 to 3 days. Right, so, well, I could actually put 3, 7 days is fine. Save and continue. Right. Review the pay we estimated for your job and make adjustments is needed, right? Pay range. I'm going to just put in a range. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to put something like $99,000 a year to, you know, 350,000 plus, right? Do any of the benefits offered? No, you don't want to have any of these, right? See above pay. What are they asking for? This number doesn't look right. Do I need to? Oh, I put a plus sign. Is why. Don't put a plus sign in there, right? Save and continue. Right. Share your availability. I would probably do this if I had this set up, but I'm not going to do this right now. Okay. I'm going to just do manually. Send daily updates about this job and application. I've got my email here, right? You could set up a new email for this. Like you could set up an email that was something like, you know, ERC recruitment team at gmail.com, for example, something like this, that you're only having communication about people that you're recruiting from job applications, right? Do you want people to apply to your job? Do you want people to let people who apply your job start the conversation, allow people to contact you about their applications, message? Yeah, that's fine. Right, employer assist. If I don't show interest on it, okay, yeah, that's fine. All right, here we go. Save and continue. Right. This is very easy. Let me explain why this is so easy to do, actually. Right. So hold on a second here. Let me just see if I need to fill anything out. All right. All right, we've got all this stuff done, and then we put confirm. Right. Analyzing key qualifications. You know, you can put whatever you want here, right? Sales is a must. Customer service is nice to have. You know, high school diploma or GED. You can pick either way here. I don't really care. Salespeople. I mean, there's salespeople that they dropped out when they're, you know, in 10th grade. It doesn't matter. Bachelor's degree, nice to have. Driver's license, must have. What additional criteria is important to the role, right? So this is where what you want to think about when you're doing this, right? Is what kind of people do you want to work with, and what kind of people don't you want to work with, right? So, like communication, field of study, okay, communication skills, right? I don't actually know what just happened. Okay, I think I got that once. Communication skills, sales, right? Skill, direct sales. Okay, so communication skills, direct sales, right? B2B sales. Okay. I think that this is prospecting. See if they have that, right? No, we don't need that, right? I think that that's enough. Save and continue. All right. So I probably should have used this site before. I thought it was the same as Craigslist. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm used to just writing ads. All right. So how many years of X experience do you have? Right. Okay. This is fine. I'm just gonna. Yep. All right. 10 minutes to complete. All right. Here we go. Go next. So receive applications until I pause or close my job, right? Here we go. Billing address. Now I have to pay for something, okay? So with this, right, I'm gonna have to, with this site, I'm gonna have to pay per application, okay? With Craigslist, you're gonna pay per post, all right? So I'm gonna turn this off because I gotta put my credit card information in, right? And I'm just gonna, pay for the thing, right? So address here. I'm gonna fill this out. Okay, hold on just one second. I've never used this site before, so I'm a little bit confused on the website, but it's fine. This is the thing with when you're taking action. I think that a lot of people, what they do is when they get involved and they start building something, is they take forever to take action until they know what they're doing, and they allow that confusion to stop them from just getting into action mode, right? And so for me, I'm just going to submit this application and I'm going to see what happens, right? I'm going to pay $20 per application that comes through, right? And then, right. Then immediately they're starting to put people in front of me that, hold on a second. Yeah, this is much more confusing than Craigslist, dude. I should have just done the Craigslist thing so I know what I'm doing. We need at least 3 minutes. So anyways, I'm going to stop this now and I'm just going to explain it, and then I'm going to go do one on Craigslist because I just got confused by this process, but I'm going to go through it anyways, right? The reason why this strategy works is just posting applications, right? Is people will send you their resume, show up on time, right? And try to sell you on why they want to work with you. And it's just so easy to start a conversation with people, right? The idea is this. This is the basic idea of what you want to do. And let me just explain the process. Let me get is there a marker? Right. Let me just, I'm going to go up on the whiteboard and I'm going to explain the process. Let me turn my video back on. It just turned off. All right. So I'm going to go up here. Let me explain the process. And then what I want to do tonight is I wanted to write a job ad and I got confused by that website, but it is a better website, right? But I actually think the strategy is probably a little bit easier to do. But you probably get a lot higher quality people on this website that I just showed you right here. I just never used it before, which was kind of silly before doing a training. Right, hold on a second here. I assumed I was going to be able to write like a classified ad and then just post it and get applications, which is not how they work, right? So this is the basic strategy. Let me explain how to do it, right? First, you post a job ad, right? The job ad is very simple, and you want to target people that are used to commission sales jobs, right? That's who you want to target. You don't want to target people that are used to W-2 kind of income. You want to target people for this strategy that are used to 1099 type income, right? So in order to do that, you want to describe that in the ad. So let me describe the different elements that you have job ad that are going to make you track. What is it that 1099 salespeople, what are they actually like looking for when they're looking for a job, right? They're looking for something mostly with high pay, right? That's basically it. They're looking something for high pay, right? They're looking for something where they have freedom. They're looking for something where they have flexibility. They're looking for something where they can control their schedule. I mean, that's part of freedom and flexibility. They want to have control over their lives and their schedule, right? They want to be able to control the amount of money that they make. They want to be able to have unlimited income potential, right? They want to work with a team of A players. They want to be involved in selling something that's hot. These are just common things that salespeople they want, right? Like they want to be involved in something that's hot. They want to be involved in something that has A players. They want to be involved in something that they can have a lot of money, right? And they want to be involved with something that's a sellable product, right? Like it's not a good idea to post a recruiting ad, for example, for a job for a normal network marketing company, and then they show up with the job ad and you're trying to sell them a product and then get other people to buy that product and recruit other people to sell the product. This does not work very well in job ads. What does work well in job ads is when you've got a great product that they can sell and they can earn a really high amount of money, right? So that's the first thing is you post a job ad. And the way that you want to think about this when you're writing the ad is you want to think about it like, okay, imagine you have an office with A player salespeople, and there's 100 people that show up on that in that sales office every day, right? And you've got 5 seats remaining that you can hire people for, and everybody on the sales floor, they earn $100,000 a year, right? Who do you want in that room? Who do you want to talk to who applies? Only the top salespeople, right? You don't want to work with everybody. You don't want to recruit everybody. You don't want to recruit people that are going to whine and complain. You don't want to recruit people that aren't going to make calls. You don't want to recruit people that aren't going to show up on time. You don't want to recruit people that are going to constantly be a hassle for every deal that they get. You want self-starters, people that are already motivated, people that know how to stay motivated. People that when you tell them, hey, we're going to call 50 businesses a day, they're like, 50? I'm going to do 200, right? That's the kind of person that you're looking for if you're building in an environment like that, right? That's how you want to construct the app. We're looking for A player, top performers who have experience in sales, who want to make 6 and 7 figures this year in a completely unique industry that's made available. And you could even say some information about the ERC program that cares, right? So anyways, you have a job, right? The job ad, the psychology behind the ad, what you want is you want to make it to where a salesperson wants to sell you on why you should pick them to work with you, right? Next step is you book an interview, right? So when you interview people, right, book an interview. So when you interview people, how do you handle that, right? How do you handle an interview? First of all, you book an appointment to do it, right? Like, don't just call people and then do an interview right there on the spot like you're prospecting them, because it's the wrong energy for this kind of thing, right? So what you want to do is have an email where they're sending the applications or you're getting application information, right? Respond back to people that are sending you messages and get them into a schedule. You could either do that through email or you could call them on the phone or you could get them in a schedule. Think about it like this. If you had an actual company and you had 20 staff and you had a full-time assistant, how would you book appointments with people that were applying to work in your office? what you would do is you would have them send applications. The applications would be screened by an assistant or an HR person. And then an appointment would be booked with the most qualified candidates. And then you would pop on those appointments and you would interview people and you would screen them really hard because you don't want everybody in your team. You don't want everybody in your company, right? Don't be mistaken that because this is a free opportunity, right, that it isn't a high level thing. Because we're going to have people that don't know how to sell out earn people that are very professional salespeople that have been selling for 20 years in other industries, right? People that spend 14 hours a day at car lots selling cars are not going to earn as much as some of the people that we have in who have never done anything like this. So don't mistake it because it's free, right? That it's not a high level opportunity. It really is a high level opportunity, particularly for these kind of people. So these people, the attitude that you should have is that if they're the right kind of person, right, you might let them in, but they've got to demonstrate to you that they're willing to do whatever it takes to succeed. Okay? This is attitude and philosophy behind doing this, right? So what you do is you post a job ad, you go to book an interview with them, right? Then you actually do an interview. And when you do the interview, right, if you like the person, sign them up and then tell them what to do next, right? So how do you sign them up? You say, here, what I want you to do is I want you to register in the company and fill out your information to receive commissions. So fill out this form, make sure to complete the required paperwork on the inside of the site. And let me show you exactly what to do next, okay? Here's the strategy that we're going to do to get started, and send them to the LinkedIn strategy that we trained you on before, right? That's the strategy that you want to send to these people first, right? Send them to that one because you want to pre-frame it like a salesperson. What are they used to doing? They're used to making a tremendous amount of cold calls, for example, a lot of prospecting. They're used to talking business to business. They're used to driving to appointments and meeting with clients. They're used to doing all the things that we do. They just need some kind of a method in order to make it work. Jeffrey, he said, what strategy? Strategy is the LinkedIn strategy that we trained you a couple of webinars ago, where we trained a strategy on how to use federalpay.org and find businesses that had a PPP loan, right? And then contact them on LinkedIn and then follow up with the business owners and to take an application. If you train them on that strategy, a salesperson can do that strategy tomorrow, right? They don't need a lot of training on it. They're not going to ask a lot of questions about it usually. They're just going to watch the video. They're going to say, is that what I do? And you say, yep, that's what you do. And I want you to talk to 50 to 150 businesses a day minimum. Your goal is, if you're in this team, you tell them, look, if you're in the team, I want you to do whatever it takes to bring in one new application a day. Because if you're not doing whatever it takes to bring in one new application a day, I don't know if I'm going to want to keep working with you in the team. That's how you need to talk to a person who's this kind of person, right? Who are you really looking for in order to work with? Who you're really looking to work for? Who you're really, wanting to work with. My brain wasn't working there for a second. Who you're wanting to work with is, you are wanting to work with a person that is already used to making $10,000 a month or more, right? That's the kind of person that you want to bring in, right? So you even say that in the copy. You say, I'm looking to work with full-time professional salespeople who are accustomed to making $10,000 per month or more, and want to take your income to the next level and make multiple six figures or even seven figures in 2023. This is an urgent opportunity you can only take advantage of for 2 years. This is what I'm looking for in an individual. You have no problem with prospecting. You know how to do business to business sales. You know how to follow up and follow through until a deal is closed. You know how to sit down with business owner, right, and have a conversation with them and get them to know you, like you, and trust you. right? Average commission size that our people earn from a single deal is $8,000. And we actually have people in the team that are earning $300,000 and $400,000 from a single sale, right? So this is the way you frame it when you're coming in. Look, this is what I'm going to require from people that are working with me in the team. If you want me to work with you in the team, right, I'm going to expect you to I'm going to expect you to reach out proactively to a minimum of 50 to 150 businesses per day. We're going to give you a strategy on how to do that. Number two, I'm going to expect you to follow up with those businesses. And number three, I'm going to expect you to be on every team training that we put together, right? If you're willing to do those things, right, the next thing is I'm looking for people who are going to do whatever it takes to submit one new business application per day into our system. That is the goal, right? So if you submit a business application in a day before you connect with 150 businesses, it's fine, right? If it takes you 150 businesses to connect to talk to one application a day, right, then that's okay as well, right? It might take you a little bit of momentum to get the ball rolling, right? We're looking to work with people that are going to do whatever it takes to submit one business application per day. We have a wide open market. Only 10% of the market has already gotten the ERC credit, right? That's how you're talking. Does that make sense to everybody on here, right? Yeah, so the LinkedIn strategy starts on that recording in the 19-minute mark. I appreciate, right? So yeah, I appreciate you, Jeffrey. If you're a little bit behind on this, it's fine. People are joining and they're coming in as we go, right? So that is how, and that is the psychology to recruiting professional salespeople, right? That's how to do it. All you do, you make a job ad. These are the things you're looking for. You book the people into an interview. Then you show up and you interview the people. And if you like the person, sign them up, and you give them a chance, right? So you just sign them up, right? So when you sign them up, you don't just want to sign them up, you want to sign them up with a game plan, right? So when you sign them up, the first thing that you're going to do is you got to have them do the technical details like, hey, fill out the payment information, the affiliate system, for example, right? We have training calls that we do as a team on Sunday and Thursday, right? So plug them into the training calls, make sure that they schedule themselves to attend the call, right? And then schedule them in the training, and then you give them a strategy on how they're going to get businesses, right? And you give them some kind of a goal, right? And minimum that you're going to ask them to do, right? These are like the minimums, right? And I would set the minimums kind of high and let people kind of figure out on their own that they can do it however they want. Now, this is how I'm going to recruit like a full-time salesperson, right? That's only doing this, it's not doing anything else. And my minimums are going to be really simple. I'm going to say, look, right? If you want to be a part of our sales team, we have high expectations for people in this. We're all going to focus on getting one new application per day each in the team. To do this, we're all going to contact between 100 and 150 businesses, right? The average commission per deal that you're going to get is $8,000, right? That's basically the psychology of recruiting a salesperson. Is they need to prove themselves to you, and they got to be willing to follow assignments, and they've got to be willing to take immediate action, right? And they've got to be willing to listen to instructions and show up. And if they want to be a part of the team, they've got to perform, right? If you display that kind of an energy with a high-level salesperson, they'll join that over weak energy 100% of the time, right? And there's people on here who know this, who are professional sales pros, right? Like if you call a person, for example, and they're begging you to join their company, right? You want to go do something else almost immediately. But if you are like, look, we don't work with everyone. I'm only looking to work with people that are willing to listen. They're willing to follow instructions. They're willing to follow assignments. They're willing to go the extra mile. Are you willing to do that? Yes. Right. Great. then you get them focused and you give them minimum production requirements, right? What'll happen is if you interview 10 people, you're probably going to end up enrolling about 2 people as salespeople. And then you just kind of got to let people work themselves out. Some people are going to come in and they're going to perform. Some people are going to come in, they're going to do nothing. Some people are going to come in and they're going to perform better than the last 40 people that you enroll, right? So this is actually a very easy strategy to do. I wanted to go over it, and I do apologize for the little difficulties because, you know, I talked to Alan about this a little bit earlier on. And he said, well, Indeed is a lot better of, you know, place to, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to switch cameras. Hold on a second here. You know, he said Indeed is going to get a higher level of candidates than Craigslist is. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll do that one. And I got a little bit surprised by that at the beginning of the video, so I do apologize about that. Right. What I'll do is, you know, after we do the training today, I'll just write some ads up. Okay, I'll do it before I leave the office here, and you know, I'll put them in a document, and we'll put them in the resource place in the affiliate office. Let me show you where we'll be able to find it. So I'll do that after we're done. And then I'm going to give you those 2 resources. Craigslist is a little bit different. I'll show you Craigslist as well. Craigslist is very easy to post job ads. You do have to pay in most markets. This isn't true for all markets, right? So what we'll do is I'll post I'll write some ad copy for you, and I'll post it in this Google Drive, right, that you can use. And let me show you how you do this on Craigslist, right? So on Craigslist is very good for getting, you know, applications as well, the way that I'm used to. And it's probably a little bit cheaper, right? So Craigslist is probably a little cheaper than Indeed, because I think Indeed you got to pay per application, right? And you might not want to drop $1,000 to get a bunch of applications and talk to people, right? That's what when I was looking at it, they were saying I have to pay per application, right? So what you do is you just go to a city, right? So, you know, if you go to US cities, right, you can do this everywhere, right? So you've got, you know, Atlanta, Austin, Boston, Chicago, Dallas, right? You've also got US states, right? They've got all the states. So I could post a job ad in Alaska, for example, right? So I pick somewhere for myself. You can post one in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is a US territory, right? So Puerto Rico, they could get the ERC credit as well, right? You know, you pick somewhere, I'd pick somewhere with a lot of people, right? Like Florida, for example, right? So choose the site that's nearest you, right? Choose Orlando, Florida, for example, right? Now you're in Atlanta, Florida, and you go on jobs, and you just click on sales and business development, right? And then here you can post. The posting is actually on the upper right of the page. Very little button here, right? So you'd go like this, you know, job offered, right? Click on sales, right? So to post in Orlando, Florida, job ad, right? This is going to be $35 to post. But if I post this, 100 people, 50 or 100 people normally are going to submit an application if I post a good job ad, right? So then you just click, you know, you click continue, right? And then you fill this out. You write the title, right? You write a postal code, right? You probably would need to look up a postal code that's, you know, in Orlando if you do this, but you could do this like all over the nation, right? You could do full-time, part-time. Contract isn't a bad thing as well, right? Contract position is like, you know, somebody knows they're under a contract, like they're under 1099, right? Posting title, describe the job. And if you want to, I could write something here because I'm more familiar with this, right? I think that'd be good because I tried to do this earlier and I couldn't do it. So let me actually just write something out, okay? And show you how to make something like this that is going to get people to respond to you. And then you just post it. Now, when you post it, this is going to have the people, right, sending you their resume by email, right? So when you get a resume from somebody, you just read it, you read their qualification, call the person up, and you interview them, okay? When you interview them, if you have a good rapport when you're interviewing the person, right, just sign them up. Right, just enroll them. Say, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get you enrolled and get you started immediately, and you just send them to work. Right, if they have questions, answer the questions. Right, I could do a lot more training on how to talk to people and stuff, but it really isn't necessary. This is actually a very easy strategy. Right, it's easy because it's very easy to get a very large number of people responding to you immediately. Right, so again, this is busy. Like if you do this, you post a job ad, for example, you know, you could be back to back in appointments for 10 hours straight interviewing people. Right, but they'll all sign up. And if you bring in good people, those people are going to go out and work, and they're going to get excited about what you do because it's unique. Right, actually, what the reason I'm teaching you this strategy in particular today is because when I reached out and I talked to the team members that are in ERC nationwide, some of the most excited people that I talked to were people that are full-time professional salespeople, right? In different industries, right? Okay, so wanted full-time professional salespeople to earn 350,000 plus per year, right? Oh, that's a little too long. All right, I had to take off the plus sign. All right, so wanted full-time professional salespeople to earn $350,000 per year. Now, in doing this, there's two different kinds of ads you can try, right? There's what's called a blind ad, and the blind ad is basically going to have no information whatsoever about what it's doing, right? You might have information about what it's not, but you don't have any information about what it's doing. And then there's an ad that just uses the ERC, right, credit and explains what it is, right, and explains exactly how they're making money. You can experiment with that. I think you're probably going to get more responses from blind ad, right? So it's something like this. Our company provides, consulting services to small businesses with who have between 5 and 500 W-2 employees, right? And we are looking to expand in Orlando, Florida, by adding a small team of 5 professional full-time salespeople who already know how to do business-to-business sales, prospect, follow up, and enroll clients. If you're reading this offer and you want to earn $350,000 per year or more, please respond to this ad by sending us your professional resume and detailing your previous sales accomplishments. Much higher earnings are possible, and we are not looking to work with everyone. Right? Here are some of the benefits to working with us. The average mission size is $8,000. Some of our A players are closing between 1 and 5 deals per day. You can set your own, one, you got to say, don't sell too much, right? If you're selected, there is a certain level of flexibility allowed in your schedule. Work from home, working entirely from your working remotely is possible, although we encourage meeting with clients directly. Some of our higher end, some of our sales team has earned commissions from one client in excess of $300,000, right? Multiple 6 and 7 figures are possible, right? Something like this, bullet point, right? So you write this, and let me just admit somebody to the waiting room, see if there's anybody else here. Hold on just a second, real quick. Okay. Right. Multiple 6 and 7 figures are possible, right? So you write something like this, right? So here's who we're looking for work with, right? Here's who we're looking to work with. Self-starter. Hold on a second, I'll write this out. Being a self-starter is a must. Someone who is willing to do the work to contact local businesses in your area, right? You must be willing to follow assignments. I gotta add something a second. Follow assignments and show up to appointments, right? Previous selling experience is key, right? That's good enough for now, right? If you're interested in working with a team of 8 players to take advantage of a massive trend in small business, please respond by sending your full resume and include detailed lists of your past accomplishments, as well as why we should schedule you for an interview rather than another. There are only 5 positions available, right? This is a classic blind ad, right? Now, blind ads, they work because they don't really have any information. And you can say that here. Full information will be available to qualified candidates. So we are working in a market that has 400 billion in available funds to take advantage of. Please do not apply if you aren't absolutely serious. And if you are not willing to work and show up on time, please don't respond to this ad. There is a lot of money paid for the person, right? You could add something, and they're like, no, this is not an MLM. This is a a contracting position. There's a lot of things to put in here that would clarify what it is you're doing. Now, something like this, right? If I posted this in Orlando, right, I'd need an Orlando zip code, so I just put sort of Orlando zip code, right? If they're making me put a zip code, right? Here's one, right? 32789, right? Here we go. Go here, and then it was, what was it? 32789. 32789. So 32789, right? So yeah, if it makes you do that employment full time, right? Don't check any of that. Job title, salesperson, right? Compensation, right? 1099 commission, salesperson. Okay. $8,000 average. Okay. Company name, you can do that. You can put ERC Nation. And then put your email address here. That's it. You post the ad, right? This ad, if I post this ad in Orlando, I'm going to have somewhere between 50 and 100 applicants, right? That's it. That's it, right? Now, that there, right? If 10 of us do that right now, within 3 days, we would have 10 people each were in. That easy, right? Who in here got value from the strategy? Give me some interaction in the comments, and let me know, by the way, what questions you have, because I'm going to answer questions specifically about this strategy. We have some other stuff to talk about, right? So love the info, need a little help. My eyes aren't what they used to be, right? I don't know what somebody is posting here. I hope they're not posting some weird link. Right, hold on a second here. Oh, right, he can't see what's in the whiteboard, right? Yeah, sorry about that. I think that we're good, right? So question. And I also post $5 per month ads promoting the program. Yeah, you can do that. How long does it take to get paid? No, it's 4 to 6 months to receive checks, right? So 2 to 4, it's really 4 to 6 months, and sometimes the checks come faster. Right? Hard top here, having trouble hearing you. Oh, sorry, I did not realize that. Can you hear me better now? Right. We're gonna get Sunday and Wednesday. Right, great ad, right? Yeah, I'll take Tom. What I'll do is I'll just post the ad, right? You feel free to borrow it. Now, keep in mind with something like Craigslist, right? Be prepared to respond to them, because Craigslist does not like MLM, for example, right? So you don't want to post. Yeah, Curtis, it's 4 to 6 months for a business to get the funds and for commissions payout, because the money's coming from the IRS, right? Yeah, they don't like MLM, and so you want to be really clear with people that you're talking to, right? That they don't have to pay anything. I'm trying to post copy in the chat. It's not letting me post, which is very bizarre case. Anyways, I cannot post the copy in this chat. There's no ability to do it. Yeah, so there's a lot of scams on Craigslist as well, right? So that's an example. So that's a great ad. Something like that, you're going to get between 50 and 100 people applying. It could actually be a lot more, right? And then you just follow the process, and literally people will show up on time in back-to-back appointments with you from the morning to the night. You can pack your schedule with applicants like that in different cities and markets. It really is very easy to do, right? It helps if you, I think, do anything you can to avoid sounding or looking like a business opportunity. This isn't really a business opportunity. It's really, we are hiring, you're hiring sales, right? That's the angle that it is, right? A salesperson is going to understand what we're doing and understand the unique opportunity, right? Yeah, it's a good thing that we're not as, right, it'll work. So do we have any questions about the strategy that I gave you today? Questions? Yeah, how does one person do this and keep up with follow-up on appointments if you have a job? All right, first of all, this strategy should account for a fraction of what you're doing, right? We want to focus the majority of our attention on actually going and getting deals, right? What I'm focusing on today is how to recruit good people, right, that are going to go get a lot of deals, right? So salespeople are a great person to recruit, right? So how do you do it? Well, Jeffrey, you would do this with 10 people a week, right? You would say, I'm looking to bring in 2 people, right? And then you would do it with 10 people a week and bring in 2 people over the course of a week. You don't need to do this all day and night. I'm just saying that you can fill your schedule from the morning to the night with interviews with very high quality people if you just write them down. And I'll post the ad copy in like a text document in the resource section in the affiliate area, right? Anybody else? Questions? I don't think I have any questions.
No, you went through all this.
Do we have access to the questionnaire that qualifies the company for the money? It's just on the website. Yes, your affiliate link. So, yeah, I showed them that. So, acknowledge. I want to acknowledge just a couple of people here that have been. I've seen some. The thing is, I don't have the details for every single person that I would like to acknowledge, but we have some people that have been doing some pretty amazing things. For example, one of our guys, Adam Ringham. Who was actually brought in by somebody that I brought in. He's already brought in, I think, like, yeah. So there's a few people, right? Adam has brought in a whole bunch of affiliates, and he's got some deals. So there's 5 or 6 deals that have come up in his team. He's brought in, I think over 70 people. Last time I checked, 71. It might be higher than that right now. I could actually look it up. I want to tell you how many people he's brought in. It's a lot. Hold on just a second here. I'll look him up. But he's brought in over 70 people. Adam has. And then there's a couple people that have gotten deals, right? We have Janae and Jennifer. So they brought in, there's a couple of deals that came in that were very large. One of them was for 40 employees, right? And then there was another deal that came in with 100 employees.
So the potential commission for, I think it was for Jennifer. She's looking at right around a $60,000 commission.
Yeah, so there's a deal that came in that'll generate somebody, $60,000 commission. If we can get that deal approved. So there's great stuff. So okay, we have some questions, right? QQ question. Okay, yeah, would like to have interview training if possible, specifically about how to explain the 4 to 6 month wait for commissions, whether people can't do it full time when they aren't paid for that long, right? Well, James, this is just something that you bring up, right, with people, right? So we talked about this because
Same in roofing sales, solar sales, a lot of door to door. There's a lot of people that do door to door sales, commission only, that literally their job is to sell roofs and solar panels all day at actual people's houses or home security systems like we used to do, Dave. These people, yeah, like in all these business models, you gotta wait on the money. Like all these industries, people are used to waiting, and you can do 4 to 6 months. I tell people 3 to 5. They freeze the soonest I've ever seen. But I mean, that's normal, right? When it's to build a snowball for tomorrow, you build something huge for tomorrow, and when tomorrow comes, you're sitting really, really good, right? Because a lot of money has been accumulated over that time. So my experience, it's never discouraged anyone. It's all mindset, right? It's like, are you a short-term thinker or are you a long-term thinker? If you're a long-term thinker, you're gonna make the most money, right? Because you're gonna say, well, hey, yeah, I don't get the money this month or next month, but I know in 3 or 4 months, I probably would get the money. The thing is, the commission sizes are so large. Let me just grind. Let me just commit to this, right? Let me commit to this for 6 months, go super hard. And by the time you start looking back, you've accumulated so much wealth. We have a guy right now that didn't get paid anything for months and months. The guy got paid out $2 million in commissions.
Yeah.
So you got to think like a long-term thinker. I really think it's mindset too.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people asking about this as well, because of course, it would be fantastic if we could get those commissions tomorrow, obviously. However, this is a pretty normal thing in sales. That's the thing. It's normal. This is normal, right? As Tom pointed out, Tom Curry, I pointed out, real estate agents don't get paid at all until after a house goes through escrow. And there's a big pipeline
Yeah,
of
it's
processing
3
those.
months, 2 months, 4 months sometimes. This is very normal in sales. And another thing to keep in mind is that with anything that's worth doing, there's patience involved and we've seen people, no problem. It's part of this. But if you see how much money is involved with this, that should open your eyes. And what you got to understand is it's not the company, right? Wanting to pay. It's not us that wants to pay longer or make you wait. It's not us that want. It's the IRS, right? Like this is it's a government agency that is holding up the time, right? So it's on them. Trust me, we want to get paid tomorrow, right? Because as soon as we get paid, affiliates get paid, right? Like we do affiliate payouts, company payouts the same exact day. So we're waiting for that money too. But at the end of the day, like this is the IRS that we're talking about. We're not talking about, most government agencies have a lot of bureaucracy and sometimes they're inefficient, right? I think we can all kind of agree with that, no matter where you stand on the political spectrum. So just like Congress, right? Like anytime you want to pass a bill in Congress, it takes so long, right? It's the same thing with the IRS. We're waiting on the money. We're waiting on the.
Yeah, and so I would think about it like this: like if you have uh, if you're connecting with people that are already used to a process like that, for example, real estate agents, right? Insurance salespeople, right? People with really long processes and pipelines that have been in sales for a long time. That's who you're looking for, right? You're looking for people that are already making $10,000 a month, and they could come here and make $200,000 a month working as hard as they are. Like I remember, I'll give you salespeople like insurance or realtors, excuse me. Realtors work so hard. I mean, they work from the time they wake up till 2 hours after they go to bed. They're thinking about it in their dreams. They wake up in the morning. They work on the weekends. They do a house showing at like 8:30 at night when they're supposed to be at dinner with their wife. I mean, they're working from the morning to the night, and it takes months and months and months and months to close deals. And then they got to wait for escrow. And then I just had a friend selling $1 million home, for example, that fell out of escrow because the Fed increased the insurance rate again. And then the person had to come up with a higher upfront payment and they couldn't afford the house. Right. So this 4 to 6 month problem is not actually a problem. It's only because we're not used to it. That's why I'm saying, let's go recruit some people that are used to it. Right. Real estate agents, they're used to it. Right. There's millions of realtors out there around the United States. There's just, it's a huge group of people that we have available to recruit from like this. And so if you do this strategy, this is something that like, you could bring in 30 people in a week like this very easily, right? If you really wanted to go at it and you're like, all right, I'm going to go at it and I'm going to bring in some real professional salespeople. It's very easy, right?
One deal, right? I think you and I were talking about it yesterday. If you invest a little bit of time with one of these people and they only bring you one deal, the average commission size, $8,000, it's worth it. Even if they never bring you another deal in your life, to me, the ROI is more than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go out there, and if we bring in like as a team, right? I'm actually used to it, and I am actually used to it in roofing. I just wanted to speak about that for those who don't think like me. Yeah. So James is used to this for another industry where it just takes a long time to earn commissions because the money doesn't come until the deal is just totally done, right? So you're talking about an $8,000 commission, and we just had somebody that could qualify for a $60,000 commission, right? And $40,000 commissions and things like this, right? And you're talking about 4 to 6 months wait is nothing. In the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. So these people, they're going to understand for that high level commission. It's like, okay, I'm going to do whatever I can do for the next few months to make this happen, to build my pipeline up, put the deals through. And for me, if I'm going to bring people in through this, I'm going to make it like a team requirement. It's like, look, if you want to work with this team, with this sales team we're going to build, we all get one application a day. That's what we do, right? Because a full-time salesperson, I'm telling you, if they already know how to sell, they already know how to talk to businesses, they'll bring in one application a day from the time that they're in. A high-level person used to making 6 figures a year, they're going to come in, they're going to put in one application a day. And these people already know business owners because they've been selling for 10 years, right? So think about this. What car salesman do you know that can earn $8,000 for anything? They sell a $200,000 car or something. This, or like $100,000 car. Bunch, yeah. Yeah, they have to work from the morning to the night, all day and night. A full-time realtor, they work from the morning to the night talking to people all day, right? Insurance agents, they work from the morning to the night, all day and night. They work and they work and they work, prospecting and talking appointments, right? So Jeffrey said, how long does it take a business to get funds? The same amount of time, right? Because the funds are coming from the IRS, right? So the IRS cuts the check, it goes to escrow. We divide it between the commissions, the company, and the business, right?
Escrow part of the same day
Yeah,
most of the time.
yeah.
We don't delay it at all, right? So like it's same day. It's always about waiting on the IRS. Someone asked earlier, how long does it take the business to get the funds? Yeah, oh, okay. There was another question I wanted to answer. Oh, does the IRS refund go to the business owner only? No, who is it that asked? Oh, that's Extreme Introvert, whoever that is. No, it goes directly to ERC Nationwide, the escrow company that we use, right? It's called Pay Gateway. It goes to them first. They disperse the funds the same day that they get the check from the IRS. Funds go to ERC Nationwide, to you as the affiliate, and they go to the client the same exact day. All the money is transferred and wired over the same day. So we don't at all try to delay this process whatsoever.
Right. So that's, I think, a good strategy. But I mean, what I want to know is that, so if we do this together, I think we get a group of, yeah, I'm not really sure what they're asking in that one. Extreme introvert,
So
if you want to clarify.
the business, if you're referring to ERC Nationwide, yes, it doesn't go to the owner first. It goes to us first. The reason why is because we want to ensure every time that the business owner is actually paying the fee. They can't just like get the benefits of us doing all the work, but then they don't pay a fee. So that's why it goes to our escrow company first.
And the company really is doing a lot of work on your behalf. I'm just telling you this. Like I can look at yeah, they're doing the work. I mean, I look at the back end process, right? Where, I mean, a business owner, this takes a while for business owners to upload documents, go through the process, to get it calculated. And they're literally talking to business owners like every single day and following up with them every single day on your behalf. It is a tremendous amount of work that the ERC Nationwide is doing. So they're earning that money, right? And we just want you to go out and succeed and bring in businesses. And so using this strategy, right? I mean, my goal personally is I hope from this webinar that this group of people will go bring in 200 salespeople by the next Thursday webinar, right? So we do 2 webinars a week. The webinar on Sunday, we're going to focus on how to get deals for ERC. The webinar on Thursday, we're going to focus on team building activities. Now, just something I want to give is just a heads up, okay? And we don't have the final details for this, but I'm going to start talking about it now. We're going to, at some point, be doing an invitation-only event, right? Where we're going to have just in that event, we're going to have details of the pre-launch of kind of like what it is that we're building towards. Okay, I've been talking about it. I've been hinting at it, right? And so we're working on hammering out the details. And if you say like, how much is this event going to cost? Well, it's actually going to be free to attend. Okay. Except for that, if you want to come, you're going to have to get 5 deals. Right. So we're going to be doing an event. We're going to be doing an event, Costa Rica, sometime soon. Okay. Again, I don't have the exact details for this, but it's going to be coming up, right? Where Al and I were talking, we're like, how could we give these people like the next level of value? How could we help them to bring their businesses to the next level? Right. And so we're going to be doing an event that it's going to be extremely limited, but in order to attend that event, in order to come to it, you can't buy your way in, you can't cut us a check and get there, right? You're going to have to bring in 5 deals to be able to come, right? And I could go on and on and on about why you're going to want to be in that room, but right now it's just not the best idea because I want to make sure that all the details get hammered up, right? And things like this. But if you want to come to that, we're going to have an event. And yeah, right. Yes, if you want to come to that event in the comments, right? We're going to do an event in Costa Rica, right? We have like we're talking a high ticket level of event. People would normally pay $30,000 for. Alan's done high ticket events. I've done high ticket events, right? You guys have paid for like it's not just training you're going to see at the event. We're going to have pre-launch for really the next big thing that we're doing. But in order to go, you're going to have to get 5 deals approved. Okay, so you need to bring in just think you need to submit 10 applications, right? So maybe think you got to do twice of what you want to get. So you want to bring in 5 deals and get applications approved. but I'm just telling you that this is urgent. Okay, the one thing that I want everybody here to focus on today is we're having, yes, they're going to do it. Sia's going to do it. James is going to do it. Mike's going to do it. Tom's going to do it. Derek's going to do it. Joseph's going to do it. Curtis is going to do it. Thomas, right? So I want to know if you're going to do it in the comments, right? So this is like a unique time to be seeing what it is that you're seeing, right? So there's two things I want to leave here focusing on. Number one, get in your head, no matter what, you're going to be in that room and you're going to go out there and get the deals, and we're going to be able to be there again. It'll be 5 deals to be able to show up, right? And we'll have more details. They'll be coming out at a later date. We're going to do that in probably the next couple of months, okay? The next thing is use the strategy that I outlined today. What I want to know is who's going to use this strategy that we just outlined to bring in 10 full-time salespeople within the next 7 days. Who's going to do it? I want to know who's going to do it. Because if you're going to do it, then I feel like my time wasn't wasted for doing the training. I have personally used this strategy to recruit a lot of people in the past, and I was doing it actually with MLM type stuff where people were paying to get in, which wasn't a good match for Craigslist, but it still worked. But with what you're doing here right now, you have a very unique opportunity for salesperson. It's good for them. It's good for you. It's good for the businesses that we're reaching out to recruit as many people as possible. So who's going to do it? 10 full-time salespeople in the next 7 days is what I want to do, right? 10 salespeople in the next 7 days, right? So we got some people who are going to do it. If we all do that, right, it's going to propel us, right, to where we're going to start bringing in, we got to get first, right, where we're bringing in 5 and 10 deals per day, and then 20 deals per day, and then 50 deals per day, and then 100 deals per day. And I believe this team here, we're going to bring in 5,000 deals in the next 6 months. We do that, we're going to help businesses get $1 billion in ERC credit. And if we do that, we'll go straight from $1 billion to $2 billion to $4 billion, right? But you got to take action right now, right? When nobody knows about this, when it's a unique opportunity, right? We don't have to pay for advertising, right? Yeah, you can pay for advertising, yeah, right?
Facebook is great for this.
It's fantastic. Facebook does work for this. But if you're going to pay for advertising, you're an independent affiliate, so you can do your own ads, right? So, all right, we'll see you on Sunday. We have a training on Sunday where we're going to talk more about how to get ERC deals, right? So between now and next Sunday, what I want is leaving this, because this is a team building webinar. I want you to give me how many new people that you're going to recruit between now and the Sunday webinar. Just write it in the comments, right? Yeah, we're going to do a webinar on Sunday. So we're going to do webinars on Sunday and Thursday. Yeah, the ERC program is being advertised, especially if you're looking for it. So 10 new people. Joseph's going to recruit 10 new people. All right. We got some goals, right? Who else is going to set goals? 10, 5, right? You're going to recruit 5 people. Okay, so 10 new people, 5 new people, 5 new people, at least 3 more minimum. James Brown, awesome. 10 people. Stuart's going to get 10, right? I'm going to bring in a minimum of 10, right? So between now and Sunday, I'll bring in a minimum of 10. All right, also I'll do that as well, right? Sammy Hawk, 10 people, right? Just if we do that here, so see a young 5. All right, just there we would have another. Tom will bring in 10. Tom, you got a few people. I talked to some of your team members today, Tom. Okay, so great. You're going to bring in some people. We've got good training, I think, went through tonight. Is there anything else we have on here to cover? Yeah. Oh, and then focus. 5 deals, right? And come on Sunday, we're going to show you how to get more business owners and more ERC deals. So we're going to go Sunday, we're going to show you how to get deals. Wednesday, we're going to show you how to build teams. Next Wednesday, we're going to be focused more on team culture, congratulating people, how to edify new people. We're going to be building a Facebook group and things like this, but we're not going to start that until next week. Okay, one thing at a time. If we focus on one thing at a time, we'll get the job done. So I think everybody, yeah, Tom's brought in 27 affiliates so far. I've talked to some of your affiliates, Tom, right? Good job on doing that. Tom, I'd like to see you just like recruit an army, because I have seen you, I've known him for 13 or 14 years now. And I just want to see Tom, the furry hat guy, because your name has a furry hat on it. I just want to see you make, I don't know, $250,000 a month, Tom. That would be like, for starters. So appreciate everybody here who's coming. And I'll go ahead and allow everybody to unmute here as we leave, and we'll be out of here in just a second. So if you guys want to pop on, tell me why you're excited, you're welcome to, or we can just end the webinar as well. Welcome.
I'm excited for Costa Rica. Let's go.
You're going to come? Who else is going to be in Costa
Oh, yeah,
Rica?
I'm
Who's
coming.
going to?
I'd love to be there. Yes.
You love to be there. Awesome. I'll see you in Costa Rica, right?
And we're
So-
going ziplining. Let's go.
You're gonna go zip lining. Well, he's got a hotel too. So, we'll come down. Obviously, you guys will have to fly down and everything like this and make it here, but the event itself it's gonna be free. We're gonna have some great stuff there for you. So who else is excited to come to Costa Rica?
I'm excited.
Going to Costa Rica.
Yeah,
Awesome.
let's go.
Cool,
Are
guys.
you anticipating of having the event again?
It's gonna be in the next couple of months. We'll have details out. We'll have details for that because we got to come up with like some sort of a competition schedule. Like from the time we launched until a certain date, that's when the deals have to be done. And then
Just
once
a minimum of 5.
huh?
Just a minimum of 5.
Yeah. The minimum is 5. Five deals that they get the paperwork done, deals submitted, right? So yeah. Yeah, we'll have qualifications, and we're planning on doing incentive gatherings and stuff like this as well. In addition to that, but these are things that the details are coming out. So we want to we're teasing it right now because this is what I did. Okay, so I did an event of 37 people where we met together for a few days when I was launching my last company, and this group of 37 people, we went and we brought in like 10,000 paid customers in the next 30 days and did $1.5 million in sales. And that was something very difficult compared to this to sell, right? I believe that this group of people at this event coming up are going to be responsible for creating $1 billion in sales in 6 months, right? So if you imagine being in a community like that, because that's not even, those numbers I'm giving is not even possible in something else, right? Like I wouldn't be saying that if I didn't think that was possible. I'm saying that because like those numbers I'm talking about, they're actually possible, right? It's actually possible to do $1 billion in ERC credits in 6 months, and then to do another $1 billion in 2 months more, and then to do another $1 billion in 1 month after that, and then to be doing $1 billion a month till the program closes out. And we're talking about you guys earning more, and gals earning more money than you've ever earned in your life, right? So, and we could do that, where there'll be hotels. You'll just basically you'll get your own hotel, and then we'll have a meeting, event gathering, and then we'll have a thing where we can go down and. We'll have, Tom wants to go. I know. Is Tom, as long as I can touch the furry hat, the funny thing is you're actually wearing a furry hat. That's the funny. This is his name, and he actually does wear a furry hat everywhere he goes. But Tom, I want to see you, dude. I want to see you get to like $250,000 a month. You know what I mean? I know a lot of you. Tom, I want to see you bring your wife over from the Philippines. We've talked about that again and again. So everybody here, I want to see you break through. And in order to see you really break through, you've got to show up to the trainings, and we've got to go out there and make things happen. And we got to understand there's like a certain level of urgency here, right? Like we only have 2 years left, right? We don't have time to keep ramping up and getting ready to get ready and getting ready to get ready and getting ready to get ready and capitalize on this. We've only got 2 years left. We've got until September of 2024 to make the biggest splash as we possibly can. And if we really work together, we can make that happen, right? But we got to do it like, you got to understand, like there is no time left. We've only got 2 years to capitalize on this. Yeah, we got to go. We got to get started, right? Yeah, less, right? 23 months left, So you got to understand that this is urgent for people. If the business owners don't get the money, they lose out too. It just goes back to the IRS. At least you're giving money to the people for a change, because the government takes everybody's money everywhere anyway, right? So the business owners lose out, you lose out, we all lose out if we don't take action. You got to understand this is urgent. Take action, right? It's urgent. Take action. It's urgent that you go out there and get people. It's urgent that you recruit affiliates. It's urgent that you get business owners on board, right? You don't have any time left. They don't have any time left. They got to do it right now, or they're going to lose, right? So anyways, I'll see you all on Sunday night. Invite your teams, and we'll come back and we have some more strategies for you on getting businesses. Bit by bit, we'll make the machine go forward, right? And this is 5 personal deals there. We want you to get 5 personal deals in the qualification period. Again, we'll have more details on that in every webinar until the details are clear. Maybe we'll make a document about it and send it out to everybody. You're going to have 5 personal deals to do this, which again is very easy to do because you could all get very easily two deals a week per time. Okay, so I'm going to go. Have a good night, everybody. Appreciate you. And we will see you on the beaches of the world. And of course, we will see you this Sunday with some more awesome training. Make sure your teams are invited and let's go out there. Salespeople. Huh? I can't hear what they say, so I'll end the webinar. Appreciate
That sounded like an echo.
it. It did. It did. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon.